don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true.
Out of the vehicle! What's going on? I got dogs on the hands behind your back. Sit. Put your feet in. Oh, he just stole the patrol car.
Officers in Colorado are completely blindsided after a brazen suspect flips the script on a routine arrest, triggering a lethal high-speed pursuit that would lead to unfathomable destruction.
Welcome back to In Plain Sight, everybody. We're going to start things off with a bang, and I kind of mean a bang, but not from the gun. This has to be one of the more crazy ones we've covered in terms of what the outcome was. However, it's a life lesson. You can't take everything for granted. One, if you're on the police's side, and two, never leave a suspect in a location or a place or in a position if you even slightly think you have a disadvantage. An unfortunate lesson to learn, but one I think the police learned nonetheless. Let's continue.
What the hell is all this? Oh!
The following report is based on official police records. In the late morning hours on June 20th, 2023, the Colorado State Patrol answers an alarming call about a reckless driver who was firing a gun at other motorists and crashing into vehicles, prompting officers to put an end to a potentially deadly rampage.
Get set up with stop sticks between Hunt and Conley Lane.
Pit maneuver. Hold traffic.
TVI successful. Hands! Get your hands up! Hands up! Don't move! Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle! What's going on? I got dogs on the I got you. Who?
Get out on the ground.
But why did they always act like they didn't do nothing? Like we know it's you. That it's not even like a remote question. The only thing I can think of is that the dude's probably floating up in the sky, shrooms, dust, something. But there's always those people, like they'll always act, I didn't know. Come on, man. Okay. If you are going to be this way, own it. if you're going to shoot folk and say, this is what I do. But you can't just go do that running crazy around the place and then all of a sudden try. Come on, man. Oh, you're crazy now, I guess.
I don't know what the f***'s going on.
You're under arrest. It's TVI on my patrol vehicle.
You want us to be TVI?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Over here. Lift up. Okay. What's going on?
You don't know what's going on. It just came out of the blue. You have not a single. Oh no, you don't know what's going on. You see, and again, I keep saying this to people. I couldn't be police, man. I'd be saying stuff to these people that might get me fired because I'll talk sideways to them. Because I would say, you see, like how I'm saying, you don't know what's going on. You that dumb. You don't know what's going on. You want us to believe you this slow. You don't know what's going on. Well, I'll help you know what's going on. Jail. That's what's going on. Jail. That's what's going on. That help you? Okay.
Sit.
Okay.
Put your feet in.
After the successful pit maneuver, the suspect, 31-year-old Anthony Alfonso Sanchez III, sits semi-quietly in the back of the patrol car.
30 years. They also offer 5-year adjustable rate mortgages that can be
Armed beverage container right there. The firearm was right there.
It was loaded and chambered.
Officers linger nearby, unaware that Anthony, bound by handcuffs, is seconds away from making a desperate move.
I can think of two reasons for his behavior. Only two. He cray-cray. Okay, three. He's cray-cray, he on drugs, or he's super depressed and he just wants to end his life and he was hoping that his life would end by cop. Maybe to give his family something out of it. I don't know. But I've always wondered what makes people get to the point where they decide to put, if you, okay, you feel like harming self. I've been there. I never knew what got people to the point where they would harm self and decide, others should come with me. That's a different level of malevolence. I couldn't get that one.
Sheriff, you can board I copy serial number, returning Sligo, no record.
Why leave the keys in the car?
Yes, that's the only reason I got called.
In Tyler?
Crash on road 5. Road 5.
No. Oh,
You know,
he just stole the patrol car.
yeah, why leave? Look, I understand that you think you have things. Okay, suppose somebody just jumped. You see how you got bushes there? Somebody decided to just jump out and take the car. You just leave the keys in it. Isn't there? No. Again, I just think too practical, maybe. That's just my problem. I think too practical. And maybe I grew up thinking that everybody going to steal a car somehow, some way. A cop car, that's even better. Why leave it on?
214, which patrol car?
2 Charlie 3's car, 723.
Car eastbound 50 is a Charger. Need a spike strip and a big down.
How did you get that open?
I have no idea.
02, suspect just stole a CSP patrol car. He is eastbound high rate of speed on 50.
Anthony is on the run, flying in a marked patrol car at speeds of up to 130 miles per hour.
He did pretty good to miss the strip and come back across and self-correct. So he got some, he got some skill driving at 130 miles. Bruh. He probably play a lot of like Grand Theft Auto or something.
Several officers join the nail-biting pursuit, but Anthony successfully avoids their attempts to halt his last-ditch escape.
There's 3 PD officers in front of me. I have 2 Charlie 3 on board. He's gonna get wrecked.
He's got about a half a tank.
He had stop sticks set out east of town, correction, west of Los Animas. I do not have visual on it. Actually, I do. It's probably passing the 385. 385 lights activated. High rate of speed. I only have a quarter tank of gas.
Did he put him in the front seat?
I don't know.
Or you'll find out later when you check the body cam and check the car cam and all them cams. No, what happened was y'all handcuffed him like you should. But what you didn't anticipate was a man being limber. I mean, limber. He went ahead and did some acrobatics and got the car, the handcuffs under his feet, and he got it in front of himself. So he's, able to drive. I just don't know why there's not a barrier in between. And if there is a barrier, he's a skinny dude. See, maybe he slipped between that too. Look, I just see so many mistakes. Let's call them that, mistakes. That could have maybe possibly prevented this, but who am I? I don't know the procedures.
I just asked him to secure him, and then next thing I know, the car's there.
Because he's got a cage, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I don't either, for sure.
We still got westbound traffic stopped and sticks set up.
Officers wait in suspense for Anthony to cross the highway in hopes to stop him at the height of his spree. As for the captain, the pursuit of her suspect comes to a sudden halt.
Yeah, I'm completely out of gas at the 412. We got a couple more sets of stop sticks set up between here and Lamar, but he's avoiding every single set.
I'm going to move my car. I need you to not move as soon as I move my car.
Got it.
And don't let anybody else move either, okay? We got a pursuit coming through about 130 miles an hour in a stolen cop car. Hey, when I move my car, nobody can move, okay? Stay on the shoulder, as far off the road as you can get. In your truck! Get in your truck!
Why do people... Every day I get up and I think the world couldn't get any more ridiculous. Every day I think that to myself, and every day I'm surprised. I don't like getting this kind of surprise. Just don't surprise me anymore. You see everybody lined up. I guess curiosity, man, and it's what ended the cat. I don't want to be like that. Why? Why? And anyway.
They're coming this lane!
As officers stop traffic, drivers with dash cams capture Anthony's shocking arrival.
Okay, what the hell is all this? Oh! Oh my God!
Got the sticks.
Good stick. Accident, 1050.
The patrol car stolen by Anthony is demolished.
I'm going to take a guess. So is Anthony. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say just perhaps Anthony finally became one with everything. He achieved nirvana. I wouldn't want to be the one. First of all, I ain't gonna be driving no 130 miles an hour. When I get old, I'm telling you now, when I consider old, like 65, 70, maybe 70, I'm not driving no more. No, I'll stay home. If I need something, that's why the world's advanced to Instacart. I'm not driving no more. One, I don't trust myself, and two, I don't trust people to not upset me. As an old person, I'll have no filter, so I'm good. But Anthony, in his young days, achieved a level that no one else can achieve, it looks like, when your stupidity catches up with you in reality.
Leaving officers in fear that there may be a casualty.
Maybe?
They call the crash in as a frank, meaning there's little belief that Anthony could have survived the deadly impact turned fiery wreck.
We hit him at the 416. He hit the side of a semi. Probably about 130.
He pushed the semi over. You connect with a semi. And you knock that sucker over. No, he's not walking away from that at all. I'm going on record right now before I know the ending. He ain't walking away from this. No way.
And he flipped the semi.
Everybody with an extinguisher!
I gotcha.
We need an extinguisher!
Officers work to contain the flames until rescue arrives. Miraculously, and to their surprise, Anthony is still alive.
Ain't no way. That okay, so I guess if you're gonna drive crazy high. He must have another purpose in life. If he really lives through this, he must have another purpose in life. This must be his life turning around point. 130 miles an hour into a semi, and you still dare to talk. That's impressive. Impressive.
But in horrific condition.
Pull him out! He's good, he's clear!
You need the extinguisher?
Extinguisher! Here, Mark has got one. You need one. Just grab his legs. I need my bags. There. Take him on the other side of the street. Give my bags, please. Hey, can we have someone in here since he's caught? Yep.
Can I get that off his finger to get fingerprints?
Absolutely.
He's going to stay here until flight lands.
I think we ought to roll. They can meet us at the freaking hospital just as fast. And then we can get a higher level of care on him. So I'm not comfortable with the way he's acting.
Anthony is taken to the hospital to be treated for his injuries. According to police records, he admits to taking cocaine and a handful of pills today.
There you go. High people have a higher chance of living through a whole lot. I remember in college, this happened once in college, not at the college, but at a theater. Okay. We were at the theater and this dude is in there. And this is when, theaters had those balconies you could watch the movies from back in those days. I think some may still have them, but it's rare anymore. And this guy was in there, but you can tell he was drunk, like drunk. And he stood up on the balcony, the top balcony, and was just being belligerent. And when the people were coming to get him, he just fell over onto the benches below. Not a scratch, not a broken bone. Why? He was too limber. That brother was so drunk, his body just went like oil. And he just got back up. But that's a balcony fall. 130 miles an hour is different. Wow.
Officers alert the captain that all bystanders, as well as Anthony, survived the unthinkable.
Oh, man, I'm surprised that guy's not dead.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad he's not, so.
Yeah, who's your poor trooper that this happened to?
Scott Poynton.
Oh, don't know him. Okay. I was just curious. I was curious if it was somebody I was going to be able to get to, but I won't. I don't know.
She might be one of the dudes. She might be one of the guys. After that line, she's one of the guys.
Yeah. I'm recording, but Professional standards is on their way down, and they're going to want to sit in on any interviews when they get here.
According to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation's records, the patrol car stolen by Anthony was equipped with a window partition. In an interview with one patrol officer, the partition was left open due to the hot weather, enduring the transport of another suspect earlier that day. Ultimately, 31-year-old Anthony Alfonso Sanchez III died at the hospital.
Okay, see, now that makes more sense. I'm not glad he's dead. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just surprised he wasn't dead before that. But at least they got an answer out of him as to why he was doing what he was doing. The dude was high. Why he got high, we probably will never know.
His time of death was clocked at 2:31 p.m., roughly 3 hours after he was able to steal the patrol car. According to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation's records, Anthony had left a note inside his vehicle. It read, "I'm sorry, I love you, it's all over now. I saw all the signs, maybe one day you'll know. Goodbye."
Told you. Told you. Depression, he wanted to end himself. And he was hoping to die by a cop or some other way. But I don't understand why people who feel like that need to take everybody else with you. If you want to leave, that's a decision you got to make between you and God. But people that think like this, having been on the depression side of wanting to end oneself, the thought process of saying everybody else got to go with me is pretty, I mean, you're already selfish for thinking suicide. You quintuple selfish to think everybody else need to come with you. People enjoying their life. They don't need to join you. You depressed, you sad. I don't know why. Not everybody needs to know exactly why. But you need to figure that out. But to take somebody else and to try it, yeah, there's a level of sorry I don't feel. Sorry, it's just not there. But I understand the getting to that point of not wanting to live. He got what he wanted in the end. Thankfully, nobody else had to join him.
As of June 22, 2023, the incident involving Anthony was closed. According to court records, no criminal charges will be or could be filed against any involved officer. The documents go on to state that, quote, "At any point, Mr. Sanchez could have avoided the accident, yet his decisions to steal the state patrol vehicle, run from the police, travel at an unsafe and reckless speed, and attempt to avoid the final set of stop sticks led directly to his death."
Agreed. 100% agreed. In some ways, it's a sad situation. In some ways. Because I know that some people will say, well, you need to have more empathy for people who are going through that. I don't know I can say that. There are many, many options for people to get help. And I mean many. If any time in history you had options to get help, this would be the place where it's most available. Most people don't want to take the help. When they are given the help, they refuse to actually implement the things given to them. Seen it firsthand. Well, Anthony decided to take a different route. The unfortunate reality is that he is no longer here. But the grateful thing I'm happy for is that on his pursuit to his end, he didn't take somebody that wasn't ready to leave out with him. Well, whatever your thoughts are, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you know somebody struggling with mental illness or suicidal thoughts, try to aim them to someone who can help them if it's not you. But please understand there's only so much you can do. At the end of the day, they have to be wanting to help, willing to use the help, and implement the help. The sorry you might feel for them leaving, I would advise you this. Be careful that it doesn't consume you too. That's a life lesson for today. We'll catch you on the next one.
One wrong move turn the present into the past. I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favorites, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that's damn stay true. If you foul, that show up too. No miss, no spin, no cover up.